Hello and welcome to our first weekly special episode of Most Unwanted, an X-Files podcast. I'm Luke, and with me, as ever, is Checkley. Daniel Checkley. In these episodes, we'll be doing a bio, or our version of a bio of these characters, and today we'll be looking at Dana Scully. Dana Scully is an FBI special agent and medical doctor whose background in hard science has helped her bring us scientific expertise and perspective to the X-Files. So, at the start of the series, Chex, what did you think of Dana Scully?
I remember when we first started watching the X-Files, and I didn't like her. I think it's hard to talk about Scully without also talking about Mulder. I think that's and vice versa. And I think with Mulder's sort of roguish charms and his little witty lines, and he's instantly likeable.
He's more easy to like initially, isn't he?
Without a doubt. And I think in turn, it sort of, I mean, for me personally, it made Scully unlikable because she was like the counter to him. Do you know what I mean? And so immediately, that was my first impression. She was a bit of a stick in the mud.
Yeah. And I think that's all intentional, though, isn't it? Like, they, from the off, want to have this free, fun-loving, kooky character, and then the straight-laced, serious one. Yeah. And I think as we progress, their lines become a lot more blurred, but more about...
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think the thing is, especially in the sort of first 5, 6, 7 episodes, I'm literally thinking back to the pilot.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the pilot, and her literal role is to be the counter to Mulder. You're meant to go on Mulder's journey in those initial episodes and go on this sort of fantastical thing, and she's meant to bring you back down to earth, or to get in the way almost, something that Mulder has to prove, someone that Mulder has to prove to. And it's not really endearing, but I think the interesting thing is, as the series goes on, she hasn't changed that much.
Not really, no.
I think it's the character. It's the character that you enjoy.
I think she has softened a bit. Like, sort of her beliefs are a lot more, and mainly because of what she's seen. I think she has sort of softened, but I think her initial drive is still there. Still, what she believes in of proving everything by science is still there.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, in a recent episode that we've recently reviewed, she practically says that as well. What I do find interesting is she's almost portrayed as, like, if you look back to the pilot, it's one of the first scenes we ever see. I mean, I think she's the first character we do see. And if you remember, she's portrayed as the mole in the X-Files.
Basically,
So you've got this sort of negative opinion of her. And I think it's testament to the way she's played as well, because I think it would be remiss of us to not mention Gillian Anderson's performance as Scully, especially when, we're talking about the beginning here, and I'm thinking of Beyond the Sea.
Yeah.
And that immediately springs to my mind when I'm talking about her.
That's what brings me on to the second question, is now, after 49 episodes that we've watched, what do you think of the character now?
I love her. Yeah. I absolutely love her. I think... the one if you say Scully to me, one of the immediate things that jumps into my head is Beyond the Sea. I think that was one of the standout performances of. I mean, if you're listening to this and you haven't listened to any of the episodes yet, we're just about finishing season 2. That for me is the standout performance of the lot so far. It was phenomenal, and I think credit to Gillian Anderson because the character hasn't changed that much, but we know her now. And we know that she's doing it for the right reasons, and I enjoy that side of her. The things I didn't like about her is why I like her now. It's very strange. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I once heard somebody describe people as either being dogs or cats, and dogs are initially warm to them. They jump, as a dog, they jump up you and you're instantly like a dog. Mulder's a dog.
Without a doubt.
Scully's a cat. A cat is somebody who initially is aloof and a bit distant, but with time are more like sort of TLC. Yeah. They warm to you, and their sort of love, I suppose, is more enduring.
Yes.
And I feel like that's
a very good. I like that. Yeah.
I feel like that's what we've got with Scully.
What a great metaphor. Yeah. Mulder the dog and Scully the cat. If I ever get a dog and a cat, that's their names now.
Yeah. I mean, if anyone does have pets out there that are called or named after X-Files characters, please let us know.
Yeah, and send pictures, because I always like seeing pictures of dogs and cats.
Dogs and cats, exactly. Yeah. Everyone lives for those.
But and again, you can't. You have to talk about their relationship. I love the relationship between her and Mulder, especially as it's grown. The more they go through, the stronger that they get.
Yeah.
And even, I mean, she's got funnier. Like, I believe, and I feel like that's more. Yeah. I don't know whether that's the character or the actress, but I feel like the character is just, if I'm taking it on the character sort of stand of things, the character's just got so much more comfortable and more. We said right from the start, didn't we? Like, there was episodes where Scully was not even alluded to. She was the hero.
Yeah.
Mulder would get himself into trouble and Scully would save him.
Yeah.
And I actually think out of the two of them, she is by far the most powerful character. Do you know what I mean? For me, he's more of an instigator and she sort of... I think she's a better agent. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, definitely, yeah. I think she's probably giving Skinner less headaches, I would say.
Without a doubt, yeah. Oh, if we're talking about professionalism, Scully wins hands down.
Yeah.
But, yeah, absolutely love the development of this character.
Yeah. And then the last question. Where do you see the character going? Where is their story arc heading? And where do they fit into the universe as well?
The X-Files sort of surroundings. I mean, for me, I think that she's only going to get... I think that the stronger this relationship with Mulder gets, she's only going to get stronger. And... the problem is we're going to hear the same things about Mulder in the Mulder's episode because they're so intrinsically linked.
Yeah.
I just think that I can't wait for when she goes crazy sci-fi. And that's going to happen.
Yeah,
there's going to be a stage where her belief in science is shook because there's going to be so many things that aren't explained.
It's surprising that it hasn't already because of all the things that she's seen. I mean, like, she's literally encountered and been abducted by aliens, or what we expect are aliens. She's encountered, like, spirits and these other, like...
And literally had interactions with them.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, it's surprising that she hasn't so far.
But I think that's more of a testament to... her how much she not believes, but how much she relies on the scientific side of it, and grounding her knowledge in science and her pursuit of knowledge.
Do you know what surprised me as well? We're nearly at the end of series 2 now. They've not pulled the trigger on the romance yet. That really surprised me.
Very interesting, because we've not spoke about this for a while, actually. And it's almost because we've kind of forgot about it.
Yeah.
Because the relationship between them at the moment is great.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be romantic. But
I think it will be still.
I know it will, just because I know television shows can't help it.
No. And I think it's going to be built up enough that I feel like it's going to be a good moment when it happens.
A big deal when that finally happens. Yeah, the first kiss or something like that. Yeah.
But it's so refreshing. Again, would be remiss not to mention this, to have a female lead that doesn't rely on that.
Oh, yeah.
Because she has not needed a romantic link at all in this. It's nice to have little hints, but I think it's more nice for Mulder. You know what I mean? To have that.
Yeah.
For me... she is such a strong female lead, and for the time, I mean, that's huge. I mean, you had, it was a sort of similar time to Buffy and stuff like that, and I suppose that's the one character that you would...
I feel like the 90s had a big break out of strong female characters.
Yeah.
And we get a lot more now as well, but yeah, I think Scully definitely set a blueprint for TV shows and films.
And like what they could be.
Yeah, exactly.
Because even with Buffy, the way I see it is... she still had to be romantic. She still had to be, dare I say, sexy. Do you know what I mean?
Literally, in the first series, she gets a romantic...
of course, and then she has to wear, sort of, revealing clothing and stuff like that. And it's not...
It's done on purpose.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
Scully doesn't need that.
No.
Doesn't need that at all. And she can be sexy and she can be powerful, and it doesn't mean anything about her character. That's just because she wants to be, or that's the way she is. And I think that says a lot about both Scully and Gillian Anders.
Yeah, I agree. Well, that's been our first episode this week on Scully. Tomorrow, we're going to look at very much the yin to Scully's yang, Fox Mulder, kind of his full name.
I look forward to it. Yeah, Spooky Mulder.
Spooky Mulder. Yeah, God, they've not mentioned that in a while. It's been a while. So we'll pick up tomorrow, guys. So we'll see you then.